Floyd Mayweather earned more money from boxing than any athlete in any sport in history, over $1 billion in fight purses alone, and financial experts believe he may be close to broke. Not broke like most athletes who go bankrupt after retirement. Broke while still earning. Broke while flaunting wealth on Instagram. Broke in a way that defies logic and mathematics. This is not a story about a fighter who lost his fortune after his career ended. This is a story about a man who turned earning into an art form and spending into a compulsion. The question isn't how someone earns $1 billion. The question is, where does $1 billion go when the person holding it never learned the difference between having money and keeping it? Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. was born February 24, 1977, in Grand Rapids, Michigan, into a family where boxing was both salvation and curse. His father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., was a welterweight contender who fought Sugar Ray Leonard in 1978 and lost a 10-round decision. His uncles Roger and Jeff were professional fighters. Roger would become a two-division world champion. The Mayweather household was a training camp that happened to have bedrooms. Floyd Sr. was a man who believed discipline came from the body, not the mind. He put gloves on his son before the boy could read. But Floyd Sr. was also a drug dealer. In 1993, when Floyd Jr. was 16, his father was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison for cocaine trafficking. Floyd's mother, Deborah, struggled with addiction herself. The house was chaos. There were nights when there was no food. There were nights when the electricity was cut. Floyd slept on a mattress on the floor surrounded by siblings and uncertainty. He later told reporters he watched his mother use drugs in front of him. He said he learned early that money was the only thing that could change the script. Boxing was not a career choice. It was a survival mechanism. His uncle Roger became his trainer after Floyd Sr. went to prison. Roger was quieter than his brother, more technical, less volatile. He taught Floyd that defense was offense. That not getting hit was more important than landing punches. That ego had no place in a ring where one mistake could end your consciousness. Floyd absorbed this philosophy completely. By 18, he had compiled an amateur record of 84 wins and 6 losses. He won the Golden Gloves 3 times. He won a bronze medal at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, losing a controversial decision to Bulgaria's Serafim Todorov in the semi-finals, a fight most observers believed Floyd won. The loss ate at him. He never forgot it. He never forgave the judges. And he never let another close decision happen again. Floyd turned professional on October 11, 1996, 4 months after the Olympics. His first purse was $2,500. He knocked out Roberto Apodaca in the second round in Las Vegas. The checks got bigger quickly. Floyd fought with a defensive style that frustrated opponents and thrilled purists. He slipped punches by millimeters. He countered with precision. He made world-class fighters look slow and confused. His nickname in those early years was Pretty Boy, a reference to his unmarked face, his youth, his refusal to engage in wars of attrition. By 1998, at age 21, Floyd won his first world title, the WBC Super Featherweight belt, stopping Genaro Hernandez in 8 rounds. The purse was $200,000. Floyd's earnings were climbing, but so was his spending. He bought his first Rolls-Royce before he turned 22. He bought jewelry. He bought clothes. He bought for his family, his friends, his entourage. He had no financial literacy, no accountant he trusted, no plan beyond earning and spending in equal measure. His father was released from prison in 1998 and immediately demanded to train Floyd again. Floyd refused. Roger stayed in his corner. The rift between father and son deepened into a wound that never fully healed. Floyd Sr. gave interviews criticizing his son's style, his choices, his character. Floyd stopped speaking to him for years. In 2001, Floyd moved up to lightweight and demolished Diego Corrales in 5 rounds, dropping him 5 times. The Corrales fight was a statement. Floyd was not just a defensive specialist. He could break men when he chose to. His purses crossed into 7 figures. By 2002, Floyd had unified the super featherweight division and moved to lightweight, then junior welterweight. He was fighting twice a year, sometimes 3 times. Every fight sold. Every fight was a shutout. His record was unblemished. He was 30-0 by his mid-20s. And the money was unlike anything his family had ever seen. His uncle Roger once said in an interview, Floyd thought money grew on trees because it was growing on him. On May 5, 2007, Floyd Mayweather fought Oscar de la Hoya at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. The fight was called The World Awaits. It was the richest fight in boxing history at that point. Floyd earned $25 million guaranteed, plus a share of pay-per-view revenue that pushed his total purse past $40 million. De La Hoya earned more, around $52 million, but Floyd won the fight. A split decision that most experts scored clearly for Mayweather. The De La Hoya fight changed Floyd's understanding of his own value. He realized he didn't need a promoter taking a cut. He could promote himself. In 2007, Floyd left Top Rank, his longtime promoter, and founded Mayweather Promotions. He became his own boss, his own brand, his own revenue stream. Every dollar from ticket sales, broadcasting rights, sponsorships, and pay-per-view buys went to him. The De La Hoya fight generated 2.4 million pay-per-view buys, a record. Floyd's cut from PPV alone was an additional $20 million. For the first time, he saw what leverage looked like. After De La Hoya, Floyd fought Ricky Hatton in December 2007 and earned $35 million. He stopped Hatton in 10 rounds in front of a sold-out MGM Grand. Floyd was 39-0. Undefeated. Unwilling to take risks in the ring or in negotiations. He demanded more money for every fight. He refused opponents who didn't bring a big enough payday. He turned boxing into a business where the product was not just the fight but the spectacle of Floyd Mayweather as an untouchable, unbeatable, unapologetic villain. In 2008, Floyd fought Juan Manuel Marquez and earned $20 million. In 2009, he announced his retirement. He was 32 years old and 40-0. He said he had nothing left to prove. He said he was done. He was not done. Retirement for Floyd Mayweather was a negotiating tactic. He stayed retired for 21 months, during which his spending did not slow down. He bought a mansion in Las Vegas for $9.5 million. He bought a fleet of luxury cars, Bugattis, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royces. He bought a private jet. He gambled in Vegas casinos, sometimes betting hundreds of thousands of dollars on a single hand of blackjack or a single basketball game. His entourage grew to over a dozen people on his payroll, trainers, bodyguards, assistants, friends. He posted photos on social media of cash stacks, car collections, jewelry hauls. The persona was no longer pretty boy. It was Money Mayweather. And the money was going out faster than it had ever come in. Floyd came out of retirement in 2011 to fight Victor Ortiz. The purse was $40 million. Floyd won by 4th-round knockout after Ortiz headbutted him, the referee called time, and Floyd threw a perfectly legal, but controversial, punch while Ortiz's guard was down. Floyd didn't care about the controversy. He cared about the check. In 2012, Floyd signed a 6-fight deal with Showtime worth a guaranteed $200 million, the richest contract in sports history at the time. The first fight under that deal was against Miguel Cotto in May 2012. Floyd earned $45 million. He won a unanimous decision. In 2013, Floyd fought Robert Guerrero, $50 million, Canelo Alvarez, $75 million, and Marcos Maidana, $50 million. The Canelo fight alone generated 2.2 million pay-per-view buys and set another revenue record. Floyd was the highest-paid athlete in the world in 2012, 2014, and 2015, according to Forbes. But there was a darker current beneath the spectacle. In 2010, Floyd pleaded guilty to domestic violence charges involving Josie Harris, the mother of 3 of his children. He was sentenced to 90 days in jail in 2012 and served 60 days in the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas. He was released early for good behavior. The conviction was his 5th arrest involving violence against women. Floyd never showed public remorse. In interviews, he downplayed the incidents, blamed the media, and said his money made him a target. When he was in jail, his spending didn't stop. His team kept the lights on, the entourage paid, the cars insured, the homes staffed. The machine required constant fuel. And the fuel was money. Lots of it. All the time. Floyd's financial habits were an open secret in boxing circles. He had no savings accounts. No investment portfolio. No real estate holdings beyond personal use properties. He kept cash, literal cash, in duffel bags and safe deposit boxes. He once posted a photo on Instagram of $100 million in checks spread across a bed. Another time, he posted a video of stacks of cash totaling $4 million and said it was not even a lot for me. His betting habits were equally reckless. Floyd wagered millions on NFL and NBA games, often posting screenshots of winning and losing bets on social media. A winning bet might be $1.5 million on a single game. A losing bet might be the same. He treated money as a prop, not a resource. And the IRS was watching. In 2015, the IRS filed a federal tax lien against Floyd for $22 million in unpaid taxes from 2007. He paid it. In 2017, the IRS filed another lien for unpaid taxes from 2015, totaling $29 million. Floyd's lawyers requested a payment extension, citing liquidity issues. The man who earned $300 million in a single year claimed he didn't have $29 million in accessible cash. On August 26, 2017, Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. McGregor was an MMA star with no professional boxing experience. The fight was a spectacle, not a competition. Floyd agreed to it for one reason: the payday. His guaranteed purse was $100 million. His cut of pay-per-view revenue pushed his total earnings past $300 million. It was the richest single-fight payday in combat sports history. The fight generated 4.3 million pay-per-view buys, second only to Floyd's 2015 fight against Manny Pacquiao, 4.6 million buys, $250 million earned. Floyd won by 10th round TKO. He improved to 50-0, surpassing Rocky Marciano's 49-0 record. The McGregor fight was supposed to be Floyd's final financial triumph. It was supposed to secure his legacy and his future. Instead, it exposed the central problem. Floyd earned $300 million, and within months, he owed the IRS $29 million he couldn't immediately pay. His lawyers argued that his assets were tied up in real estate and illiquid investments, claims that contradicted his public image of cash abundance. The IRS eventually agreed to a payment plan, and Floyd paid the debt using earnings from the McGregor fight. But the pattern was clear: no matter how much Floyd earned, his spending absorbed it all. He had no financial guardrails. No advisors with real authority. No one willing to tell him no. His entourage was still on payroll. His car collection had grown to over 100 vehicles, many worth over $1 million each. He owned a $50 million private jet. He owned multiple mansions. He was still gambling 6 and 7 figures on sports games. And he was still supporting a roster of family members, friends, and hangers-on. Floyd's father once said in an interview, "He takes care of everybody. He's got people living off him who never earned a dime." Roger Mayweather, Floyd's longtime trainer and uncle, died in 2020. Floyd paid for the funeral. He paid for Roger's medical expenses in his final years. He paid for his father's lifestyle, despite their estrangement. He paid for his children's private schools, cars, and homes. He paid because that was the script he learned as a child: money is what separates you from Grand Rapids. In 2018, Floyd fought Japanese kickboxer Tenshin Nasukawa in a 3-round exhibition in Tokyo and earned $9 million. In 2021, he fought YouTube star Logan Paul in another exhibition and earned $35 million. These were not real fights. They were revenue events. They were proof that Floyd's only retirement strategy was to keep fighting. In 2023, financial analysts estimated Floyd's liquid net worth at $200 million to $400 million, a staggering figure, but nowhere near the $1.1 billion he earned in his career. Floyd earned more than LeBron James, more than Cristiano Ronaldo, more than Tiger Woods from their respective sports during overlapping years. And most of it was gone. Not stolen. Not lost to bad investments. Spent. Burned. Turned into cars, jewelry, bets, entourages, and ego. Floyd Mayweather never went broke in the traditional sense. He never declared bankruptcy. He never lost his homes. He still owns the jet, the cars, the jewelry. But financial experts who have analyzed his public records, tax filings, and spending patterns believe he operates on a month-to-month cash flow model, always earning just enough to cover the spending that never stops. His lifestyle costs an estimated $3 million to $5 million per month. That includes staff salaries, property maintenance, insurance on cars and planes, travel, gambling, and personal expenditures. When he's not fighting or doing exhibitions, that burn rate exceeds his passive income. Floyd has no major endorsement deals. Nike dropped him in 2015 after his domestic violence conviction. Hublot, a luxury watch brand, was his only significant sponsor, and that deal ended years ago. He has no ownership stakes in major businesses outside Mayweather Promotions, which promotes other fighters but generates modest revenue compared to Floyd's personal earnings. His real estate holdings are personal use properties, not income-generating assets. He has no publicly known investment portfolio. No stocks. No bonds. No private equity. His financial strategy, if it can be called that, is to keep fighting exhibitions and collecting appearance fees. In 2023, Floyd did an exhibition in the UK and earned an estimated $10 million. In early 2024, he fought John Gotti III in a rematch exhibition in Mexico City. His team claimed he earned $25 million. These are not the earnings of a man with $500 million in the bank. These are the earnings of a man who needs the money. Floyd's defenders argue that he's still rich by any standard, and that's true. But the question is not whether he's rich now. The question is, where did $1 billion go? The answer is everywhere and nowhere. It went to people who are no longer around. It went to cars that depreciated the moment he drove them. It went to bets he doesn't remember. It went to a lifestyle that required constant fuel and gave nothing back. Floyd once said in an interview, "I don't have to worry about money. I am money." But being money is not the same as keeping it. His father, Floyd Sr., said in a 2021 interview, "Floyd's got money problems, but he won't admit it. He thinks if he admits it, he loses." That may be the most accurate diagnosis. Floyd built an identity around wealth. He made money his nickname. He turned spending into performance art. To admit financial trouble would be to admit the persona was a lie. So he keeps fighting. Keeps spending. Keeps posting. And the machine keeps eating. In 2022, Josie Harris, the mother of Floyd's 3 children and the woman he was convicted of assaulting, died of an accidental drug overdose. Floyd posted a tribute on Instagram. He did not attend the funeral. His children, Karan, Iana, and Zion, have had public disputes with him over money and support. Karan accused his father of being absent and controlling. Floyd responded by cutting off financial support. The family fractures mirror the financial fractures. When the money is the relationship ends when the money does. Floyd Mayweather retired with a professional record of 50-0. He earned more money than any boxer in history. He earned more money than almost any athlete in any sport in history. He changed the business model of boxing, proving a fighter could be his own promoter, his own brand, his own empire. He is one of the greatest defensive fighters to ever step in a ring. But his financial legacy is a cautionary tale. He earned over $1 billion and has little to show for it beyond possessions that decay and a persona that requires constant maintenance. He never learned the difference between income and wealth. He never understood that spending is not the same as living. Floyd's childhood taught him that money was the solution to every problem. It was safety. It was respect. It was proof you escaped. But no one taught him that keeping money requires a different skill set than earning it. His father was a drug dealer. His mother struggled with addiction. His uncles were fighters, not financial planners. Floyd learned to earn in the ring, and he learned to spend everywhere else. The tragedy is not that he went broke, he hasn't, not technically. The tragedy is that he earned enough to secure his family for generations, and instead, he secured nothing. His children will inherit possessions, not wealth. His name will be remembered for his record, not his empire. The lesson here is not about boxing. It's about the difference between earning power and financial intelligence. Floyd had the former in infinite supply. He had almost none of the latter. Earning money is a skill. Keeping money is wisdom. And wisdom does not come from a WL record. Floyd once said, "I don't read books. I look at my bank account, that's my favorite book." But a bank account is not a book. It's a number. And numbers only mean something if you know what to do with them. Today, Floyd Mayweather is 47 years old. He still fights exhibitions. He still posts photos of cash and cars. He still lives in Las Vegas, still gambles, still supports an entourage, still plays the character he built. And he is still, in some form, trapped by the very wealth that was supposed to set him free. The final lesson is the hardest one: earning power without financial intelligence does not secure your future. It just raises the ceiling on how much you can lose.